John Gokongwei was born into a wealthy Cebu-based family, originally from China's Fujian province. The family fortune was lost when his affluent father died. John was 13 years old at that time. He initially supported his family by peddling items along the streets of Cebu from his bicycle. From the age of 17 to 19, he traded using a wooden boat, taking items to Lucena by sea and thence to Manila by truck. After the Second World War, he started his own company called Amasya, which imported textile remnants, fruit, old newspapers, magazines, and used clothing from the US. During this time, he courted a young girl, Elizabeth, who would later become his wife. In the early 1950s, along with his brothers and sisters who returned from China, he started to import cigarettes and whiskey too. In 1957, seeing that trading would always have low margins and would always be dependent on government policies, the family concern entered the era of manufacturing. With a loan of 500,000 pesos from Dr. Albino Sisip, the chairman of China Bank, he started a corn milling plant producing glucose and cornstarch. The company was named Universal Corn Products and later expanded to Universal Robina Corporation. San Miguel Corporation was a big customer of theirs. In 1961, as his company started to launch brands such as Blend 45, an instant coffee brand to compete with the Nestle's Nescafe, John returned to school to study and obtain an MBA at the De La Salle University. A decade later, he underwent a 14-week advancement program at Harvard. He is married to Elizabeth and has 6 children, 1 son and 5 daughters. All his children play an active role in the Gokongwei Empire and companies owned by the JG Holdings. His only son, Lance Gokongwei, is now in charge of the Gokongwei Empire, serving as President and Chief Operations Officer, while John serves as the chairman of the JG Summit Holdings, one of the largest conglomerates in the Philippines. In 2010, his company signed a $3 billion order with Airbus for a fleeting of his airline Cebu Pacific Air. From 2003, his telecom company, Digital Telecommunications Philippines, spent nearly $800 million for its mobile carrier Sun Cellular, which is the 3rd largest mobile operator in the Philippines at that time before selling to the PLDT Group for $1.7 billion. In 2013, his company bought the stake of San Miguel Corporation in Meralco, the largest power distributor in the country, for close to $1.8 billion. He also controls Robinson's Lands, one of the biggest property developers in the Philippines, which also operates a chain of malls. The Gokongwei family controls over $20 billion of combined market capitalization for all the companies they own. On February 2008, Forbes Asia magazine's first Heroes of Philanthropy list include 4 Filipinos: Jaime Zobel de Ayala, John Gokongwei, Ramon del Rosario Jr., and Oscar Lopez. The list is composed of 4 philanthropists from each of the 13 selected countries and territories in Asia.
John Gokongwei Jr. ventured into different fields of business, forming one of the largest conglomerates in the Philippines known as JG Summit Holdings Incorporated. This business empire established by Gokongwei encompasses various industries some of which include food, retail, property and hotel management, petrochemicals, financial services, telecommunications, and aviation. Gokongwei first entered the food industry. The Universal Robina Corporation, which became their flagship company, has been the major source of cash inflow through the years. The three core business groups of URC are branded consumer goods, agro-industrial products, and commodity foods. All of these production sections of URC have been successful in their own respective fields. In fact, the branded consumer food products such as Jack and Jill eventually became the dominant branded snack food in the country and still remains very successful in its sales of food snacks, chocolates, candies, noodles, and beverage drinks. Robinsons Land Corporation was incorporated, having 7 wholly owned consolidated subsidiaries which are collectively known as the RLC Group. One of the most notable projects by RLC is the Robinsons Galleria Complex, which has actually become the model for mixed city development. Furthermore, Robinsons Malls, one of the largest and most successful chains of malls in the country, Robinsons Offices, Robinsons Hotels and Resorts, under International Summit and Go Hotels brands with 14 hotel properties nationwide, and Robinsons Residential Division, all show how RLC has grown steadily and is now one of the Philippines' leading real estate companies. Gokongwei established the first Robinsons Mall in Ermita, Manila at the time when he saw this area as an opportunity for future expansion since it was known as the entertainment and shopping haven for tourists. However, during that time, there were only a few shopping malls in Manila, which made it seem to be a risky move for Gokongwei to undertake. Despite this fact, he continued to enter the retail business with the help of his wife, Elizabeth, and was later on taken over by his eldest daughter, Robina. He created the Robinsons Retail Group, which includes the Robinsons Department Store, Robinsons Supermarket, Do It Best Handyman, and True Value. Gokongwei established and began Cebu Pacific Airlines by acquiring 4 aircrafts. Despite being new in the business, they faced the national airline giant, bearing in mind that an additional airline was good for tourism. Cebu Pacific was presented as a discount airline, providing affordable airfares and reliable and quick journeys to major Philippine cities, which provides an efficient alternative to domestic bus and sea travels. In fact, the airline remains to be the pioneer in creative pricing strategies as it manages to offer the lowest year-round fares for all its flights. At present, Cebu Pacific is known as the second national flag carrier in the country, making it the youngest fleet of budget airlines in Southeast Asia.